Loving, caring, and peaceful English people, please subscribe, like, and share my videos on revenge, because your gesture of kindness matters a lot to me. Now, let's begin this masterpiece revenge story together. Have you ever been next in line, 2 items away from the checkout, when someone swoops in like they own the place, then looks at you like you're the problem? That happened to me. I was tired, calm, and nearly zen, until she gave me that look. So I did something tiny, petty, and oddly satisfying. I dropped my basket, right on her foot. Watch how the whole scene unfolded. If you love public petty revenge as much as I do, hit like and subscribe. And if you've ever been cut in line, drop your story below. Trust me, you aren't alone. The setup. Ordinary day, tiny expectations. It was one of those short errands, the kind you tell yourself will only take 10 minutes. The sun was out, my neighbourhood grocery felt half empty, and I was actually in a good mood. You know the feeling. A small win in life. No traffic, music you like on the radio, and the sandwich recipe in your head. I grabbed a basket, quick list in my head, and joined the checkout line. I wasn't stocking up for a hurricane or running a restaurant, just essentials, bread, fruit, a couple of things to get dinner together. The line moved. I was next. Perfect. There's always a peaceful little glow when you're next in line. The whole world is politely ordered. For about 2 seconds, I daydreamed about how satisfying it would be to be home, put the kettle on, and collapse into the couch. Tiny pleasures. Then she appeared. Not dramatic, just there, breezing in like she had a meeting with destiny, and the universe owed her front row service. She had 3 items. 3. A loaf of bread, gum, maybe a magazine. Real novelty shopping. At first I thought, fine, no problem. I'm not that person who causes scenes over a few items. But it wasn't the cutting itself that got me. It was what came next. She turned, scanned me from head to toe like I'd personally offended her, and gave me that look, the silent judgment glare, the kind that says, "You're beneath me. Move along." It's a look that weighs more than 3 grocery items. It's the kind of look that turns a calm person into an internal monologue. Who are you? Why are you like this? I felt the hot bubble of indignation that rises instantly. Not big enough to shout, just big enough to plan. I thought about saying something. A polite, sarcastic, "Excuse me, you're cutting," would have done the trick. Maybe I would have gotten a shrug. Maybe she'd have mumbled an apology and stayed smug. But I was tired of the microaggressions of daily life. That look deserved a reaction that fit the petty scale of the crime. So I took 1 step closer. I didn't raise my voice. No face red, no drama. I simply let gravity do the work. I let the basket fall. It wasn't heavy. It was hardly a weapon. But the sound, that tiny controlled thud as plastic met shoe, was gloriously dramatic. It punctured the air like a drum beat. That will teach you to stare at strangers like they owe you something. She flinched. She gasped. A tiny, instinctive gasp of surprise and pain. I kept my face neutral, tiny smile, the perfect, innocuous, "Oh, sorry." Then I leaned down slowly, picked up my basket like nothing happened, and placed my items on the counter. Let's play the slow-motion version. People in the queue glanced. Some looked confused. The cashier paused for half a second. Perfect dramatic timing. She had one of those micro-expressions, part indignation, part, "I can't believe she did that to me." The woman shuffled her foot, anger replacing pain. Maybe she wanted to shout. Maybe she wanted to flash a look that would send me to Shame City. But you can't glare when you've been literally crowd-controlled by your own shoe. You can't be the victim after you stomped into someone's ordered life and judged them for not being perfect. Meanwhile, I put my card on the counter, made small talk with the cashier, and walked out with a smug little glow. The world had been put right, in my tiny, delicious way. The payoff wasn't loud, it wasn't criminal, it was beautifully small. The tiny thud, the scan of eyes, the way she had to pause and make the decision whether to escalate or slink away. She chose the latter. Because who wants to escalate after being physically interrupted by their own entitlement? I didn't want anyone hurt. I didn't want an argument. I wanted balance. She had the brief inconvenience she deserved. Humiliation, a pinch of discomfort, and the social stain of having been caught by the people around her. That's what petty justice looks like, a small correction applied with minimal fuss. I could have called her out. I could have let it go. But sometimes the smallest, quietest action is the sweetest. No violence, no shouting, just a tiny sound, a little surprise, and the universe made a note. Don't be that person in line. Was dropping the basket too petty, or the perfect tiny revenge? Tell me your verdict in the comments. And if you loved that quiet little moment of justice, hit like, subscribe, and share your best petty revenge story below. I read them all.